Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration Podcast. I'm your host Shravan. I've got my co-host Tarun here with me in person.
Hey everyone.
How you finding Melbourne?
Yeah, it's been alright. Only been here for a day or so not feeling that much different.
Not too much different to Hobart.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a jam-packed episode today. We've just come back from Ocean's 8.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of news. A lot of trailers have come out recently as well, so we'll be talking about all of that. So we'll jump straight into it with the Wreck-It Ralph trailer, Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer.
Yeah, I didn't watch this trailer, but you've seen it.
Yeah, so it's Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet?
Yeah.
Breaks the internet, yeah. In the trailer, they talk about why it isn't called Wrecks the Internet, because it's Wreck-It Ralph, so it should be called Wreck.
They talk about this in the trailer?
Yeah.
How do they talk about it?
It's just in the trailer.
It's just in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, shouldn't it be called Wreck the Internet? It's like, but, break the internet's a thing.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a lot of, I guess, Disney references. There's like Star Wars stuff in it.
I've seen the one scene with all the Disney princesses in it.
Yeah, there's a scene with the Disney princesses. So basically, I don't know what the exact story is, but it looks like he goes from the game into the internet, and they show the internet is like this. It's like a city, sort of. Like there's Google, Amazon. There's all these different companies, and like Google's a section where you can like search things, and they go up to this guy. I think he's meant to be Google, and he keeps like auto completing what they say.
Like autocorrect.
It's like
autocomplete. Yeah.
He's like, I want to, and then he just says something.
Yeah.
And it keeps completing what they say. And then the reason that she goes, what's her name? Penelope? Or
Yeah, I think it's Penelope.
Yeah.
We could be wrong.
But she searches for something, and she ends up in this place which is basically like everything Disney. And that's how she meets the Disney princesses. And there's this line about, the Disney princess ask her if she's a princess, and then she's like, they ask her like all these questions, like, are you rescued by this person?
Yeah.
Like all the Disney princess cliches.
Yeah.
It's like, did you eat a poisoned apple? And then she's like, there was one thing that she qualified for. Like, are you always saved by a guy or something? And then she's like, yes. It's like, oh, so you're a princess then.
Okay, fair enough. Was it a good trailer?
Yeah, good trailer. Good trailer. I'm looking forward to the movie. Yeah.
There's Iron Man in it, I think. I've seen a little...
I only watched it once. He might have...
No, like he's not in it. You just see him in the background.
Possibly. I might have missed it. But yeah, it's a good trailer. Looking forward to the movie. I think it's coming out in August or... Actually, I think it was Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving...
November.
Yeah, I think it's a Thanksgiving release. So that's looking pretty good. I guess it's the second animated feature from Disney this year. Well, Incredibles 2 is Pixar, and then this.
What was the first animated feature?
No, I was counting Incredibles 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it is the only Disney animated feature.
Yeah.
The next trailer that came out was Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah.
I think it's Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And it's about Miles Morales.
Yeah, but it does seem to have Peter Parker in it as well.
Yeah. So who's the voice of Peter Parker?
Have you seen New Girl?
Yeah.
Do you know Nick?
The guy from Jurassic World.
Yeah, him.
And he's in The Mummy too.
Mummy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Johnson. I actually really like him in New Girl.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
It's pretty funny in
But
Jurassic World too.
Cinematic endeavors have been pretty shit. Oh, Jurassic World's fine.
He was alright. He was pretty funny in that. He's not in the second one, is he? Jurassic World.
Nah, don't think he is. He's got like a really distinct voice, and you can like hear it in the character.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It sounded like someone familiar, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Yeah. It could work out really well, or it could be pretty shit. We'll have to wait and see. But the art style and the kind of animation they use looks really different. And
yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, it looks kind of like a comic booky.
Yeah.
Like, very much like a comic book. And it has... The reveal was there was Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, so she's
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
So she's also from another dimension.
Well, it looks like Peter Parker and Miles Morales are in the same dimension. And then she maybe comes in from another dimension.
Is Peter Parker from the same... I thought he was another spider from another dimension. Or is
How
it the
it works
same?
in the comics is they clone the spider that bites Peter Parker, and then Miles Morales' dad works at the cloning facility or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes to the facility and he accidentally gets bitten by it.
Oh, okay.
And so they're both in the same universe.
And Gwen, Spider-Gwen is from...
Spider-Gwen, she dies.
And then she turns into...
And then she comes back.
Yeah.
And, turns into Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure how that happens.
And I think there might be more spider people.
Which will be cool. Yeah.
Because there's a hint in the trailer. It's like, wait for Comic-Con or something.
Yeah.
So maybe at San Diego Comic-Con they might introduce more.
The trailer's pretty self-referential.
Yeah, it's a bit like Deadpool, a little bit.
Which I like.
And I liked his dad in the trailer.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Who voices his dad?
I don't know.
But yeah, I expect it to be like an older black fellow. He was pretty funny.
All right. Was there anything else we should say about Spider-Verse?
Nah, looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Out of all the trailers, I'm looking forward to this one the most, I think.
Yeah, and it's coming out for Christmas.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Next trailer, which you watched, I still haven't seen, is the How to Train Your Dragon 3 trailer.
Yeah, I just watched this just before. It looks pretty good. Looks like it follows closely after the events of the second one. And they find out that there's this secret dragon world. And there's another... What's his dragon? Like, what type is it? Nightwing? Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Nightingale?
What's the name? What he's got
Toothless.
Toothless, yeah.
Toothless.
Yeah.
Has... Yeah. Night
there's
something. There's one other one, and it's like a white one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. It was alright. It's got an Ed Sheeran song in the background.
Oh, which song?
Castle on the Hill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like an upbeat trailer. It was a little bit emotional, and it's meant to be the conclusion, so I think this is going to be the last one. So it's something I'm looking forward to.
And he looks a lot older.
No, that was just in one scene where he's got the beard. In the other ones, he looks exactly the same as he does in the second one.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure where that scene with the beard came from.
All right. When's that coming out?
Next year.
Next year. Okay.
Yeah, early next year.
And then we've got one more trailer, which I also still haven't seen, but you have seen, Lego Movie 2.
Lego Movie 2. You haven't seen Lego Movie 1 either, have you?
I think I have.
Oh, you have seen it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it, yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
The trailer looks alright, though.
Is Chris Pratt in it again?
Yeah, it's got most of the same cast as the first one.
Okay.
And they're all back. But the story...
Is Batman in it?
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Story seems a bit weird, but it'll be interesting. It was just like the first trailer, so you don't get much from it. But it looks like everyone gets kidnapped except for Chris Pratt's character, and then Chris Pratt has to go and save them.
And when's this one?
Next year as well.
Next year.
I may be wrong. I think Lego Movie 2 and How to Train Your Dragon 3 come out the same weekend.
That'll be interesting. We'll probably be watching both, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of both of the series. So.
Yeah. I liked Lego Batman. I thought that was pretty funny.
So Lego Batman's funny. Yeah. Lego Movie's funnier than Lego Batman, though.
Were there any other trailers that you wanted to mention?
There's a couple that we haven't seen, like Mortal Engines, which is like another one of those...
Based off a book, right?
Yeah, but it's one of those...
A YA.
Yeah, YA things.
Yeah.
But Peter Jackson's directing it, so it could be alright.
Yeah, it could be okay.
Girl stuck in the spider's web? Girl in a spider's web? Something like that. It's the sequel to Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
And it's a prequel to Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It's Gwen Stacy.
Yeah. Girl in the spider's web.
Girl in Spider's web.
Didn't watch that either.
No. But maybe we'll talk about it next week if we do watch it. Or maybe we won't watch it and we just won't talk about it. We'll never mention it.
Yeah.
We'll pretend the movie doesn't even exist.
The second option. I prefer the second option. And there was also a Mowgli trailer. I'm not sure how recent that was.
I think it's been a couple of weeks at least.
It's been a couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't seen
Apparently it's really dark.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is directing that.
Dark as in there's no lights.
Yeah.
It's just the jungle in the night.
The budget was kind of a bit low, so they're like, oh, what can we cut out? And they're like,
the lights.
Let's
cut out the overhead lights.
Let's cut the overhead. Let's just use natural light.
Yeah.
Let's do what they did in, what's that movie where they just use natural light?
There's a movie where they just use natural light.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. He won the Oscar for it.
Oh, Revenant.
Yeah, Revenant.
Oh, they only use natural light in that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a Revenant, but it sucks because it's just dark.
Well, we'll see how that pans out because there's already been a good Jungle Book.
I haven't seen it, but you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
The one directed by Jon Favreau. And that one's more like a Disney style.
That one's like happy, and this one looks like, fuck, Mowgli's gonna die. He's like in a cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, this one's directed by Andy Serkis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is coming out later this year.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's October or something like that. We should probably really research our dates because we're just throwing out dates.
Yeah. No, October 31st.
Yeah.
100%. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Put it in your diaries.
Yeah, so either people are going to be late or they're just going to be early and they're like, we want to watch Mowgli. And they're like, what are you talking about? That's not out yet.
All right. I think that was all the trailers.
I think that's it for the trailers, but there's a bunch of news as well.
Yep.
A bunch
This
of
news may be a bit oldish.
but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about all the DC stuff because there's quite a bit of DC stuff.
It looks like they don't hold their secrets very well at DC. Like, they need to fire some staff because there's lots of leaks and shit.
Maybe they just do it on purpose, but they don't actually have any of these movies that are going to happen.
Do you know after Aquaman, they haven't actually shot any other Wonder Woman. They haven't shot anything.
And Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much Shazam's going to link in with everything else. So they'll probably release a lot of stuff at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, we'll talk about the Jared Leto Joker movie. Apparently that's happening. Even though everyone hated Jared Leto as the Joker. Maybe I don't mind Jared Leto, but as the Joker.
What else have you seen Jared Leto in?
Blade Runner.
Yeah. He was alright in that.
He's another one of those guys who like commits to the character.
Yeah, that's why everyone like kind of liked him before Suicide Squad. They're like, oh, he's committing to it. He's like walking around like Joker and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's going to be so awesome. It's going to be like Heath Ledger 2.0. But he's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's basically not even the Joker. He's just like this.
He's just this crazy dude that like...
Have you heard the thing about Nicolas Cage wanting to be the Joker?
Jared Leto was basically Nicolas Cage as the Joker. That would be Nicolas Cage as the Joker.
Yeah,
do the same shit.
There was... Some guy was saying, like, the Jared Leto Joker isn't actually a Joker. It's just a wannabe Joker. And the actual Joker is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. That would totally make sense, because Nicolas Cage Joker would do all that shit. So I don't think we have any other news other than there is going to be a solo movie. That's it.
Is Harley Quinn in it?
Don't know.
Because wasn't the movie originally meant to be Harley Quinn and the Joker?
Yeah, I think it was. But I think it's just Jared Leto Joker movie now.
Okay. Well, hopefully they do it right this time.
Yeah, well, if it's his movie, he'll be in it for more than 5 minutes, hopefully.
Is it an origin story?
No. This is set after stuff. But there is an origin story.
Yeah, so there is an origin story with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. I want you to say the name first, so I did stop
So you didn't stop it up, okay.
Joaquin Phoenix doing an origin Batman story set in the 80s.
Okay.
So not Batman's, origin Joker story set in the 80s.
Okay. Because a lot of people don't want this again. It feels a bit like a Han Solo situation.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Because everything has to be set in the 80s and has to be an origin story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not good.
You need that nostalgia.
Yeah, you need the 80s nostalgia. And then once we're done with the 80s nostalgia, we'll get to the 90s nostalgia. And then soon enough, we'll be doing 2000s nostalgia.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what 2000s nostalgia would look like.
Yeah, what is 2000s?
What's 2000s? Like Dragon Ball Z?
Nah, it's more like
90s.
Late 90s.
See, the 2000s were just a pretty shit time, so there's probably nothing much there.
Yeah, I don't know what was 2000s. We were alive.
We're alive.
Yeah.
But... We're both well and truly alive. We'll get back to that. We'll do some research about what...
Tweet us what 2000s nostalgia is.
Yeah. From memory, it wouldn't be good.
At C recalibration.
Yeah.
Let us know.
2000s nostalgia. I'm going to think about that. I'll get back to that at the end of the episode.
All right. Next, we'll talk about something else that's DC. The Batman movie.
Oh, yeah. So you know how Matt Reeves is meant to direct the next Batman movie?
Yes.
Do you know Matt Reeves?
Yeah. He directed War of the Planet of the Apes.
He directed all of them.
I don't think he directed the first one.
I think he directed the first one as well.
Okay.
He definitely directed the second.
So the second one, third one. I thought the first one was someone else, but
yeah,
could be wrong. Yeah.
He is on to direct the Batman movie, We don't know who's starring as the Batman,
Yeah, well, so there was rumors it was going to be Jake Gyllenhaal, but
we
then
can't anymore.
yeah, and now the breaking news from last episode is that
It
Ben-
might be
Ben Affleck
'cause he's
again.
broke.
yeah,
But another breaking news: apparently Matt Reeves doesn't want Ben Affleck. He wants someone that's younger.
but now Ben Affleck does want
Ben
to be
Affleck
in.
wants it now, but Matt Reeves, it's just a whole... Yeah, so apparently he wants someone younger and sleeker.
So he's calling Ben Affleck fat.
I think so. He was pretty fat in
Justice League.
Justice League.
Yeah,
He was not fit.
he was pretty fit for Batman vs. He
Well,
like
was
committed
really
for
fit
that.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
But that's when he actually cared about this universe.
Yeah.
And now he's like, this is shit. What have I signed up for? So yeah, Matt Reeves apparently doesn't want him. What else came out of this? They were thinking about Penguin
As the villain. Yeah. Danny DeVito again.
No. Don't know about casting for Penguin.
You know
But-
that episode of Friends with Danny DeVito?
Yeah, when he's the stripper.
Yeah.
It's a great episode.
Yeah, it's great. That's better than his performance as a penguin.
Yeah, although a lot of people like that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently multiple villains will show up, but some of them might be cameos. So I think it was Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face, and Zaz.
Who's Zaz?
Zaz is like this crazy dude. Have you played the Arkham games?
Joker's crazy.
No, this guy's like a bald, crazy dude.
Oh, is he just a guy?
Victor Zaz, I think it is. He's just a guy. He's a serial killer.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have any powers.
I think not. I could be wrong on that. I've only seen him in the Arkham games.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently those four are meant to show up in some capacity, and apparently their costumes are really comic book accurate and everything.
Okay.
But the world is meant to be grounded, but it has some fantastical elements. And he's based it off like Chris Nolan. He like not exactly like Chris Nolan movies, but he's like using some Chris Nolan elements.
Yeah. But still have some more like comic book style elements.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would have more than the Chris Nolan movies did.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty, like, that could happen in a real world.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a bit more fantastical, but it has comic book elements.
Okay.
Another thing that came out of it, possible female Robin.
Female Robin. Okay.
Female Robin. People are like, could be Barbara Gordon before she becomes Batgirl.
Interesting.
Yep, female Robin.
So this is before the events of Batman vs.
I think it's just a standalone
So it's not
part of
linked.
the universe, I think.
That's why he doesn't want Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I think technically it is part of the universe, but, like, it won't have any standing in the universe. It won't be like, oh, it was after this or before this. It would just be a movie.
Okay.
It won't be a prequel, from what I've read. Apparently he'll wear another armored suit, like
Okay.
he did in Batman v Superman.
That's interesting.
And that's about it on that. Yeah. Are you looking forward to this? If it ever actually gets made? Because they've been talking about this for
For a while.
2 years, I think.
I think it will eventually get made.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's good. He's a good director. And looks like his vision is pretty good. So let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be good if... I would enjoy some more comic book accurate Batman. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've never got that
Not really.
done well.
Except
We've got it
Batman and
done
Robin.
very shit in Batman and Robin and the other ones, but
Yeah.
never done that well.
I feel like they should give Batman a break. Because between Batman and Robin and Batman Begins, there was almost,
It was a long time.
I think it was like 8 years
Yeah.
in between. So I think we've had a bit too much Batman and we've had a really good Batman in Nolan's Batmans.
Yeah.
And I think people need time to sort of forget that a bit before they start making more Batman movies. So maybe it's good that they're taking their time.
In terms of, if they just try and remake Nolan's Batman, then it will be bad.
Yeah.
So if they just do like another really grounded, realistic Batman, it's always going to be compared to the Nolan Batman.
Yeah, they should try to do something different.
Do something different with
A
it.
bit more like the animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's grounded in everything, but
Yeah.
it's like it's got like magic and shit in it. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, let's see what happens with that one. Some more DC news. There's going to be a DC streaming service.
Yeah, this DC streaming service was announced a while back. Can't remember exactly when. but apparently it will launch as soon as August, which is
Soon.
only a couple months away.
Wonder if it'll come here though. Sounds like in
I
America.
don't know. It might just be an American thing.
Yeah.
But the exciting thing are the shows that are going to be on it. From memory, I think there's a Harley Quinn animated show, R-rated animated show. The Young Justice Season 3 is going to be on it. Have you seen Young Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but I've seen parts of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
They cancelled it, and then they brought it back because everyone petitioned for it to come back, and they're bringing it back on this streaming service.
I think it is currently on Netflix.
Yeah, first 2 seasons are on Netflix.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. Really good show. It is an animated show, but it's like
It's
quite
good. Yeah, it's good.
And also the live action Titans TV series. Have you heard about this?
So the Teen Titans?
Yeah, kind of like the Teen Titans, and they're doing a live action version of it. They've already started filming and everything, and apparently that's going to be on it as well.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking.
Well, they have all the back catalogue of DC animated series, like Batman, the animated series.
They might.
Because then that will be worth it.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to most of these shows.
Yeah.
The one I'm looking the least forward to is the Harley Quinn one, because I just don't know a lot about it. The Young Justice Season 3 should be really good, since Young Justice Season 2 left off on a cliffhanger, and it was quite good. And the Titan show, it looks promising-ish, although there were some set photos and people said these guys look like shit.
Okay. I did see.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
But I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I do like the Teen Titans characters, and you can do stuff with them because they're like high school kids. So you can have like the whole high school.
Isn't Cyborg one of them?
He used to be, but they're not doing
Not anymore.
Yeah,
All right.
but you can. It has scope to be a good TV show.
I don't know if I'd subscribe to a DC only service though.
Probably not. Disney's
Firstly, because when I have a streaming service, I'd watch the TV shows, but I also want to watch some of the movies.
Yeah.
And most of the movies aren't great. Well, anyway, there's also going to be a Superman game.
Yeah.
Apparently going to be announced at E3.
This.
Yeah.
This has been rumored for a really long time. Like, I think they thought the second Batman Arkham game was going to be a Superman game. So it's been like rumored since then.
Okay. And they made 3 Arkham games?
4, isn't it?
There's Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. Is that another one?
I thought that was it. There might have been another one.
Yeah.
But they kind of they weren't that great after Arkham City.
Everyone says Arkham City is the best one, but
Yeah.
I think the other 2 are alright as well. Really looking forward to this Superman game though. If it's similar to the Arkham style and has like Arkham mechanics, could be really good.
Yeah.
With Superman villains. And if you could just fly around Metropolis and stuff, it'll be...
That'll be good, yeah.
Yeah. And they generally have really good stories as well, so I'm definitely going to buy that when it comes out.
I guess other slightly related DC, well, it's not DC, but Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Oh, shit.
So,
This is not related to DC.
It's not.
That was a shit segue.
Yeah.
That was a terrible
Very.
segue.
I was thinking about that. You saw me thinking. I'm like, how am I going
Yeah.
to do this? It was really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad segue. But anyway, The Crow is cancelled. I haven't seen the first Crow.
Well, I don't know if it's cancelled, but Jason Momoa and the director, I don't know who the director is, are not associated with it.
Due to creative differences.
Due to financial differences, I think.
So they don't have money to...
I think so.
Financial
It's
difficulty.
Either they
Okay.
don't have enough money or they want to make it with too much money.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
Okay.
that.
Their
Yeah.
budget is higher. Yep.
Oh, it's one or the other. It's either they're doing too less or doing too much with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably too much.
Probably.
Because too less, they'll be like, yeah, just put some more stunts in or something. And
Yeah.
Have you seen the first Crow?
No.
Yeah, neither have I. But apparently...
Is the first Crow the one with
Bruce
Jet
Lee's son? Bruce Lee.
Lee's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he died.
on set. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds a bit dodgy.
Well, the story is
He was meant to get shot. Like, in the movie, he gets shot.
Yeah.
And the gun was meant to go off, and obviously there's no bullet in the gun.
But if you shoot from close range, it still has the impact.
Or, like, apparently the bullet was clogged in there or something. Like, they had a test bullet,
Yeah.
and someone didn't check that it was in there or something, and it ended up shooting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
But they finished the movie, and you can still watch it. It's his last movie. Some people like it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, a lot of people that are probably a bit older than us like it. Yeah.
It's a variant comics, isn't it? I think it's a variant of something like that.
Yeah.
It's based on a comic book. There's ones afterwards as well, but they're probably really bad.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's not happening anyway. So
I don't know if it's...
Well, it might happen, but not with Jason Momoa. He's probably not that suited to it anyway. Because I've seen pictures of it. I've seen pictures of the original Crow, and he's like all goth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa looks too big to play. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know much about the character. Maybe he would be perfect for it.
There was some other DC news which I skimmed over.
Yep.
Green Lantern, the movie.
Oh, yeah. I know last time I said that there's not going to be Jon Stewart in it, but apparently they're looking for Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Like
a younger Jon Stewart.
Yeah, so that takes out... Do you know Sterling K. Brown?
Yeah.
He wanted to do it, but he's too old for it, apparently.
Is Tyrese back in the running?
Tyrese is too old for it. Tyrese is older than Sterling K. Brown. And Idris is out as well.
Oh, he's definitely out. Yeah. Who's younger?
Young...
Donald Glover.
Oh, do you know who would be good? Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah. He would be good.
Would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be good.
Donald Glover's a bit too scrappy.
Yeah.
To play Jon Stewart. You have to be, like, big. Michael B. Jordan would.
Yeah, he would be pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends how young. Maybe they want, like, a kid.
Oh, but that would be weird.
Yeah.
I think when they say young, I think it would...
What about Will Smith's son?
20s, early 30s.
What's Jaden Smith?
No. No way.
And get M. Night Shyamalan to direct it.
That would be... Yeah, no. Jaden Smith should not be doing things in general. Just, like, nothing.
I still haven't seen that movie with him and Will Smith.
No, I haven't seen either, and I never will.
Yeah, I've heard very bad things about it. We'll move on to other comic book movie related news. X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh, so...
Apparently you've got spoilers for us.
Yeah, well...
So if you care about this movie, don't listen to this.
Dark Phoenix, then don't listen. But basically, I think the whole plot got leaked. Obviously, some people have gone to test screenings, and they don't give a fuck about it, so they've just said whatever they want on Twitter and everything. So apparently it's boring. It's really boring.
Well, that's not good. I want it to be really bad, but entertaining bad.
Yeah. And when you listen to the plot, it sounds exactly like...
X-Men 3?
X-Men The Last Stand. X-Men 3, which is...
Did they just watch that movie?
They look like... It's pretty stupid. They look like they just did it based off that. But basically...
Wait, let me guess. So, Jean kills Charles?
No, they don't have all the killing parts.
She kills Cyclops?
No, they don't have all the killing parts.
Okay,
but, like, Magneto's a bad guy again, and he gets the Brotherhood of Mutants together to try and take over the world, which is in X-Men The Last Stand.
Yeah.
Even though it's really dodgy. They have parts when Jean and Charles go into, like, a psychic battle, and then she lifts Charles, like, levitates, like in X-Men The Last Stand, before he dies.
But she's not trying to hurt him in this one. In this one.
They're having a mental battle. I think this is after she gets the Phoenix Force.
Ah, yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So apparently they get the Phoenix Force in space. So sometime between X-Men Apocalypse and the Dark Phoenix, the X-Men become like superheroes and everyone loves them. And then there's a problem in space, so they send the X-Men to space. This is apparently what happens. Jean Grey gets the Dark Phoenix Force in space. And then she comes back and starts killing people, I think.
Well, we'll see who she ends up killing.
But there's a lot of similar...
Does she just kill everyone?
Yeah, I think definitely she's going to kill Mystique. Because Jennifer Lawrence...
Wants out.
Yeah. I'm surprised she even did this movie.
Yeah. Or maybe she kills her in the first scene.
Yeah, she's just done. I think she did like the full shoot, so I'm not sure about that. Okay. I actually really like the cast. I just wish they did better movies.
Oh, you mean like Fassbender and...
Yeah.
No, they're good. They were good in First Class and Days of Future Past. Apocalypse, I guess...
I don't mind Apocalypse all that much. It's alright. Yeah, I don't hate it as much as some other people do.
I think the casting is pretty good in general for X-Men.
But this movie's been plagued by reshoots and rewrites since the beginning.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't sound that good.
I guess a lot of people they're just waiting for X-Men to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
Which might not happen because apparently
Comcast is going to buy a bid. I think Comcast wants to buy it for a different reason. there's one specific thing that they want to buy it for. I can't remember what it was, but it's not the rights to like the
X-Men.
characters. It's one of the Fox subsidiaries. I know it's like news or something. CNN. They want to buy it for that.
Oh, yep. Oh, Fox News.
Fox News, something like that. And I think Disney tried to say, you can take that, just give us the characters, but they still said no. So they might buy it.
Well, they know that they can make money out of X-Men, so maybe they just don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
Which also means Fantastic Four won't be coming.
Yeah, they probably won't ever make a Fantastic Four movie until...
Well, I heard they were going to make an animated one.
Animated Fantastic Four. That's Incredibles too. What else do we have news-wise?
You said there was something Kick-Ass and Kingsman Cinematic Universe or something?
So, like, what's his name? Matthew Vaughn has his kind of own movie universe that's coming out. I don't know if they're all related, but I think there's going to be a third Kingsman movie, a Hit Girl movie, and a third Kick-Ass movie. Third Kick-Ass? Yeah, third. Kick-Ass movie.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Kingsman 2?
I didn't care for it. I thought it was... I think it's Matthew Vaughn's worst movie that he's ever made.
Probably is, yeah.
Because I like all these other movies. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the second one either. Yeah. I liked the first one.
The first one's really good.
Yeah. I still think his best movie that I've seen is probably X-Men First Class.
I like Kingsman better, personally.
Okay.
But they're both really good movies. Kick-Ass 1's really good as well, which he directed. Kick-Ass 2's not great, which he did direct.
Yeah, he didn't direct that one.
Yeah. So so Hit Girl movie. Hit Girl is a character in Kick-Ass. She's pretty good. Could be good. Kingsman 3, I'm hopeful that will be better. Maybe with a little more Channing Tatum.
Yeah, that'll be good with Channing Tatum.
A little more Channing Tatum, and the last one was just a bit boring. But hopefully he can fix that for the next one. And a third Kick-Ass movie could be alright.
Could be okay.
Yeah. So I'm optimistic about that. I like Matthew Vaughn, so I'll watch anything he does.
A Game of Thrones prequel.
Yeah.
Just a disclaimer, the minority that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
10 people in the world that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
So I don't know any... Well, actually, I know all the spoilers because I've heard people talk about them.
Yeah.
So I know everything that happens in Game of Thrones, but I never watched the episode.
Yeah.
But go on, there's a prequel.
The pilot has been greenlit by HBO for a prequel series. They'll be set 1,000 years before Game of Thrones.
Well, we've got a guest coming in next week that loves Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah. You probably won't watch it since you haven't seen the rest of Game of Thrones.
I just don't want to invest that much time anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be alright, but it won't be set on the books, obviously. I don't know if he's written any prequel books or anything, but I don't think he has because he doesn't even write the sequel books.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's still writing the books, but
they've gone past it.
The TV show's gone past it, yeah.
So it'll be interesting what they come up with. Could go either way.
We'll see, yeah.
It's not the most exciting TV show, I think.
Is Game of Thrones the most expensive TV show at the moment?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah, but Lord of the Rings TV show, which has been greenlit by Amazon?
Amazon, I think.
Yes, Amazon, yeah.
Amazon greenlit it.
And that will be the most expensive.
Apparently it's going to be very expensive.
It's interesting to see what they'll do with this. Like,
what do you reckon? Will it be a prequel, sequel, in between? I don't know.
Or just more detailed? Just everything in more detail?
What, tell the same story?
But in more detail.
Nah, stuff that. That's shit. Because then everyone will just compare it to the movies. I think they should do something.
They'll just have all the songs and everything.
Oh,
They'll have an episode devoted to the song.
This is just bringing back, like, Hobbit memories.
Speaking of Hobbit, you know the guy in Ocean's 8?
What, Richard Armitage?
He's in The Hobbit, right? Yeah. I'm like, he's that dwarf guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about Ocean's 8 soon.
Yeah, I hope they do something different with it. Peter Jackson's on as a producer, I think, not as a...
That's probably a good thing. I think he's done it to death now. We need a new vision.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I hope that's good. I'll definitely watch it.
There's a couple of movie news that we can talk about. They're a bit outlandish, I guess. So there's a Willy Wonka reboot.
Willy Wonka reboot.
This is going to get strange. If you think this is a strange news item, there's more to come after this.
Who wants a Willy Wonka reboot, first off?
Johnny Depp.
Were people asking for this? I don't know. I have no idea.
But it's not.
Bringing
It's
back the 80s. Did the first one come back in the 80s?
no. It's older than
90s?
that. No, it's old.
Older.
You mean the very first Willy? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's like it's old. It's old.
Is it that old?
Yeah.
Like 70s?
You can look it up, but I think it's old.
Is that called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka?
Willy
I think it's
Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is the Johnny Depp one.
Which is shit. Well, it's really odd.
It's not that bad. It's Tim Burton.
Shit, it came out in 1971.
Yeah. No, it's old. Yeah.
Oh, so bringing back the 70s.
Bring back the 70s.
They're bringing back the 70s.
Yeah.
I don't care for this.
Who's cast?
Don't know. Wait. There is some casting news, I think. Let me just confirm that I'm not getting this
Nicolas
confused with
Cage?
something else. No.
I just
Why
want
do you
Nicolas
in
Cage.
everything?
I want him in more things. Like
Nicolas Cage only does like direct to DVD movies now. That's literally his thing.
the world is a better place when.
I love a bit of Nick Cage, but he's just
And he should have his Con Air hairstyle.
yeah. He'd just be relegated to like B-grade movies now. It's very disappointing. So yeah, there's 2 options that they have in the shortlist. There's probably more, but the ones that they've named are Ezra Miller
As Willy Wonka.
as Willy Wonka.
So they're going for like a younger Willy
Yeah.
Wonka? Okay.
Ezra Miller from Justice League, Flash,
And Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Could be
Hopefully he
alright.
doesn't have that hairstyle.
Oh, that's a ridiculously bad hairstyle. He could be alright. I actually like the second option better though. Donald Glover.
Oh yeah.
He could be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd watch that. I probably wouldn't watch
if
the-
Donald Glover's in it, I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
I probably wouldn't watch the Ezra Miller one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd watch the Donald Glover one.
But was anyone asking for this? Probably no.
Which studio is making it?
I think it is. Let me check.
Warner Brothers?
Apparently, what's his name? Ryan Gosling is also on the shortlist.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Warner Brothers, a Warner Brothers picture, directed by the Paddington guy.
Ah, okay. Now you got me interested.
Yeah, interesting. Well, the more I hear about it, the kind of more I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
I love both the Paddington movies.
Yeah.
So,
Paddington 2 is still the only movie with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah. So apparently, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
This is a prequel.
Yeah.
To Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Not to Paddington.
No, Paddington was obviously a sequel. We've all seen it. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, Ezra Miller, or Donald Glover. I'd probably prefer Donald Glover compared to the others, but...
Yeah, I'd go Donald Glover over the other 2, and then probably Gosling and then... Yeah,
and then Ezra.
Yeah.
Although Ezra does some good stuff. It's not bad.
I don't know if Justice League is kind of...
Justice League is like his worst movie.
Probably. Yeah, it's probably...
He does mostly like indie shit.
Yeah. Very last news item is the weirdest
Odd
one.
Shit. Yeah, this is some really odd shit. Do you know the story that this is based on?
No.
Do you know the plot synopsis?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you what you say.
Well, I just read... So we're going to talk about a Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland prequel?
Prequel. And this is not two
So
different movies.
It's the same movie.
Same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland prequel. Apparently Peter Pan and Alice are brothers and sisters. So they're related.
They're siblings, okay.
They're siblings. Their older brother dies in an accident. I'm thinking it's a car crash or something.
When's this set? Is this set
This is set
in the 50s or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then their parents are going through a hard time. And the mum is Angelina Jolie.
Oh, so the mom... Okay.
The mom-
Angelina Jolie isn't Alice.
Did you think Angelina Jolie was Alice?
Yeah, I thought that's what they're selling it on.
Yeah. But like, how would that work in terms of them being siblings and a prequel before they go to
Maybe she gets
Neverland?
younger when she goes...
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, nah. Apparently, Angelina Jolie's the mum. The dad is someone famous as well. I can't remember who it is. But they're getting divorced. And then I think they travel together to Wonderland and Neverland.
The mom and the dad.
No. Alice and Peter.
So they go to they go to Wonderland and Neverland.
And then they have to choose where they want to stay or something. Something like that from memory.
I think I know what happens. So Peter chooses Neverland and Alice chooses Wonderland.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah. I should be a scriptwriter.
I think that's the story. I may have got it wrong a little bit, but it is basically along those lines, and it sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, who came up with this?
I don't know. And are those characters... This is not like a Disney movie either, because those characters are... Anyone can make it.
Yeah, anyone can make it. Yeah.
So it's just a different studio making it.
Yeah.
I don't know which studio.
Apparently they're making a Maleficent too.
They are. Did you like Maleficent 1?
It was alright. It's a bit boring.
It was a bit boring.
It's a bit boring, but it was okay. I don't know what the sequel's going to be like, but...
Doesn't the first one, like, basically finish where Snow White picks up? It's
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, yeah. Same thing.
No,
it doesn't?
Nah, it's pretty much like Sleeping Beauty is retold in a different way, so...
Oh, so it's not a prequel?
Nah,
no.
It's the ending's completely different to what actually happens in Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Because Maleficent's just bad in Sleeping Beauty and she dies.
Yeah, but she's like kind of good in this one.
Yeah.
I remember watching a bit of it. I don't think I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. I think I watched that at cinema for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why.
All right. I think that's the news.
Actually, have you watched the Winnie the Pooh trailer?
Which one? The
newest one. I think one came out like 2 weeks ago. And it shows more of the movie. Shows like Piglet and stuff.
Yes. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen snippets.
Yeah. It looks pretty good. But unfortunately, I think we're getting it later here.
Yeah, I think it's coming out later in Australia.
Yeah, a little bit later in Australia. But we'll do a review anyway. I'm actually looking forward to that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they look. They look like...
They look like...
Old toys.
Yeah, just like toys. Yeah.
Like old toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It looks like it'll be a feel-good movie.
Looks pretty funny too. And it's got a good cast. Ewan McGregor and Peggy Carter.
Who's Peggy Carter, his wife?
I think so. Yeah, it's his wife. Because he like...
What's Peggy Carter's actual name?
No, it'll come to me. Or you can look it up. But anyway, it's about him and his wife. Like, he needs to go to work. Like, he works a lot or something and he doesn't spend enough time with his family. They plan like a holiday or something. Or like it's one of their kids' birthdays and he can't go because he has to do something for work. And then Winnie the Pooh ends up...
convincing him to go.
Yeah, I think so. Or like he ends up meeting up with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Hayley Atwell,
that's right.
Yeah.
This Mother's Day, don't forget to celebrate Mom for everything she does with a bouquet from 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now, when you order early at 1-800-Flowers, you can get $25 off 2 dozen assorted roses, plus a free vase. Moms deserve the best, so 1-800-Flowers only lets the most beautiful roses make it off their farms and to her door. Lock in your order for guaranteed Mother's Day delivery at 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
You probably know that.
Yeah. And this is a story. Ewan McGregor plays the guy who made Winnie the Pooh, or did I just make that?
Nah, that's the other movie. That's the movie with Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I got them mixed up. That one's already out.
Yeah. Goodbye, Christopher Robin or something.
Yeah.
With Margot Robbie and Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm not sure if it's good.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah. Is that it for news? Anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about Ocean's 8, which we've watched about 2 hours ago now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our experience. The movie, because we watched it together. We can talk about what happened. So I went to our parents' house where Torrin was, and then my mum wanted to make us lunch.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we need to go to this movie. It's like in half an hour. And we need to drive about 20 minutes to get to the movie. And then Mum was making us lunch, and we had to eat quickly. And then we had to speed down the freeway to get to the cinema. And we were convinced that we were going to be late because the movie was meant to start.
I'm going to just say, I was convinced we were always going to be on time. I was never stressed.
I was
convinced.
Because the movie was meant to start at 12:15. We walked into the cinema at 12:40. And it still hadn't started.
Yeah.
Which means there was a ridiculous amount of trailers and ads.
Yeah. I was convinced that we were making it on time. I was like, we could probably stop and get some popcorn if we wanted it. We'd still make it on time. They just have crazy amount. They don't even have trailers anymore.
I think it's just ads.
Yes,
It's just ads. So we walked in. I think there was still an ad going, and then the movie started. So we're just in time. We thought we'd have to Wikipedia the start of the movie.
We wouldn't have told you guys. We would just been like, no, we saw it.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
but we saw it. We actually saw it.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was okay.
You thought it was okay. I actually had a really good time. Maybe I went in with low expectations, but I really enjoyed it.
It's definitely not as good as Ocean's 11.
Yeah. For someone
it does copy a lot of the
it does.
story.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Ocean's 11 as well. There's like some specific scenes that look like they're direct copies. They just replace Sandra Bullock with
George Clooney.
George Clooney with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Yeah, well, pretty much we can talk about the characters quickly.
So Sandra Bullock's basically George Clooney's character.
Sister. Well, she's his sister.
Yeah.
But in this movie, she's basically George Clooney's character. And she's Ocean. She's Debbie Ocean?
Debbie Ocean.
Yeah, Debbie Ocean. And then Kate Blanchett is pretty much like Brad Pitt's
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically shot for shot, just the same characters.
Yeah.
Personality-wise as well. I guess Kate Blanchett's a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different.
But Sandra Bullock is exactly the same as George Clooney's
pretty
character.
much, yeah. And she almost has the same, like, in the first Oceans, like...
Or it's the same...
It's almost the same.
Intro scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in the first Oceans movie, they do him getting out of jail and they do the interview before he's allowed to go on parole. And it's the exact same in this movie.
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same. And then her plan is also very, very similar.
Very similar. And reasons for everything are also similar. And it's just, they do steal a lot of elements from it. But there are things I enjoyed from this that weren't in Ocean's 11. The stuff that I didn't enjoy was mostly the stuff where they're like, oh, we're just going to copy Ocean's 11 and do this.
I like the cast, and I thought
the cast is good.
It was pretty funny. We can talk about... We're doing non-spoilers at the moment, so we'll just say, I guess, out of all the 8... Like, can you name all the 8?
Yeah, I can. Like, in terms of... I forgot one.
With no spoilers, so yeah.
So we got Debbie Ocean, Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett's character, I don't know her name, but she's like her right-hand lady. She's the Brad Pitt to her George Clooney. Then we got Mindy Kaling's character.
She's pretty funny.
Like a
diamond expert? Yeah, so the story is basically they want to steal diamonds. Yeah, that's basically the story, without saying anything else. Yeah,
they want to steal diamonds from the Met Gala. So Mindy Kaling was the diamond expert. Who else do we have? This Sarah Paulson, I think her name is. She's like the not technical expert. She brings in all the equipment.
Yeah, she's like the logistics expert.
Yeah, logistics. She was pretty good as well, actually.
Yeah, she was pretty funny.
Rihanna
is like the tech expert.
IT expert.
Yeah, like the hacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this Asian chick whose name I don't know.
You can look it up.
I think I've looked it up before. It's like she has a one-word
Aquafina
name.
Or something.
It starts with A. Anyway, she is like
she's like a pickpocket. Yeah,
she plays the what's his name, Matt Damon role, but she's not as important as Matt Damon was for Ocean's 11. If you know what I mean. For the heist, she has the same role as Matt Damon. And who else do we have? How many have I named?
Is it 5?
Yeah. So we still got... Helena Bonham Carter's character.
Yeah, so she's the designer.
Because they design a dress for their heist. And I think that's it.
And there's obviously Anne Hathaway's character as well.
Anne Hathaway's character is the one they're trying to steal the diamonds off.
And there's also I wouldn't say... It's kind of like an extended cameo from... James Corden, which I thought was really funny.
It was funny. James Corden, before he came on, it was a bit like, ugh, but then he came on, it was really funny. Richard Armitage is kind of like a villain in it as well. Yeah,
kind of.
And there's just a shitload of cameos from like celebrities.
Yeah,
because it's at the Met Gala, and they just got a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't.
Randomly.
Yeah, I saw. We can talk about it in spoilers, but I
saw at least like 10.
Yeah. We'll talk about who we picked up and who we didn't.
Yeah.
What else? So I thought the story was fine. It mostly follows
the Ocean's 11 formula.
Yeah,
and it follows the heist movie formula.
Pretty much.
Where you think everything's gone wrong, but no, it was always part of the plan, and that was always meant to happen. It does that thing And there's always a twist as well. And it's got the recruitment kind of stage as well, which is nice. But it did take a little bit to get started, more than Ocean's 11 did. There's a bit more starting.
When we reviewed Ocean's 11, I said maybe it was a bit too fast for my liking. I thought this was the right pace.
This was a bit, it's slower than Ocean's 11.
Yeah, it lets you kind of settle in and understand the characters a little bit more. Whereas that one, it just assumes that you know, or you just get to know the characters halfway through.
It's not as stylistic as Ocean's 11. It's a bit more mainstream. Ocean's 11 is a bit more, it has a bit more style, and
even the music is a little bit different.
It sounds like someone who tried to copy an Ocean's 11 soundtrack.
Yeah, it's kind of like it, but not.
It's not as good as the Ocean's 11 music. Spoiler free, it was an alright movie. It's definitely not I think the heist wasn't as good as it could have been, to be honest. Like, it didn't have that many elements to it, without going into spoilers. Did you think the heist was...
I thought it was fine, but
yeah,
there weren't as many elements as there were in Ocean's 11. Where are you on... So at work, we were just talking about... I said I was going to watch this movie, and they were like, oh, a lot of people were like really against Sandra Bullock. Like, they just hated it. They find her really annoying.
I don't mind her. She's fine.
Yeah. I think she's pretty funny, but maybe...
Yeah. She's not overly funny in this movie.
Yeah, she's not. She's got more of a serious character in this one.
Standouts out of all of them, Anne Hathaway's really funny.
Surprisingly, she's funny.
Mindy Kaling's really good.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. And Helen Bonham...
She's like her usual over-the-top self, but it kind of works for the character.
Yeah, it kind of works for the character. And who else was there? The pickpocket was pretty funny.
Yeah, I got a name. I'm going to struggle to say this. Awkwafina?
Yeah, Awkwafina. Yeah.
Awkwafina?
Yeah. I thought she was pretty funny.
Yeah, she's alright. She's like she acts kind of like a teenager. She's alright.
And surprisingly, Rihanna was pretty good too.
She's alright. Rihanna.
Yeah, well...
She doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, her character doesn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, she does the same thing a lot. So apart from that, she doesn't do much.
Yeah. And I thought Kate Blanchett was pretty okay.
I couldn't tell that. So she's meant to be Australian, but she is actually Australian, but she didn't sound that Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has she lost her accent? Maybe she's lived in America for too long.
Yeah. Like, she sounded like a weird... Like, I couldn't tell what accent that was. Like, it was...
And do you know how Brad Pitt has a lot to do in Ocean's 11? You feel like they probably could have done this heist without Kate Blanchett. Like, if there was one person they could have not had...
Probably...
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, probably. I don't even know what her speciality is. What is she...
I think it's like similar to what Sandra Bullock's speciality is.
Which
like,
is...
both. But the thing is, Sandra Bullock already has the plan.
Yeah.
With Ocean's 11, Danny and Brad Pitt's character come up with the plan together.
Yeah.
That's why he brings him in. But Sandra Bullock already has the plan here. I guess Kate Blanchett just does a bit of recruitment.
Well, yeah, she knows... She has the contacts.
Yeah, she does.
She has the contacts, so she knows it. I guess Brad Pitt has the contacts too.
Yeah. But he also... Like, Brad Pitt and George Clooney had, like, the same skill set in that movie. Yeah.
Except Brad Pitt wasn't in jail, so he knew people.
Yeah.
It's the same here as well. So Kate Blanchett knew people. Yeah.
And they have the same skill set.
Okay, so we can talk about top 3 moments?
Yeah, without spoilers.
Without spoilers. Oh, actually, no, we'll do it with spoilers. We'll do it after we do spoilers.
We'll do it after spoilers.
Yeah.
We'll give it a rating.
Okay, we'll give it a rating. We'll go with yours first.
32.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask.
Bit of a lazy one today. Just 32.8.
I'm not even going to ask. I actually really enjoyed it. For most people, it's a watch on Blu-ray or Netflix or whatever. I think it's worth a watch at some stage. And for some people, it might even be a watch at the cinema. Like, it's a good time to...
If I was going to rate it how you rated it, I would do have it on in the background.
Okay. No, I liked it a bit more than that. I gave Han Solo that rating, and it's definitely better than Han Solo for me.
I think it's just about as good as Han Solo, maybe a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my rating is probably watching on Blu-ray or Netflix or
any
streaming service that you use.
People, but like same as with Han Solo, I can see people really enjoying this, especially a female audience.
I think
will really connect with this.
I think if you watch it with a group of people, you'll have fun.
Like a bunch of girls getting together, girls night out.
Yeah,
this would be a good movie to watch.
No, I think it's a great time. So we'll move on to spoilers.
Yeah, let's go spoilers.
Okay. Are you gonna go or you want me?
I thought you were gonna go. That's why I waited.
In terms of spoilers, what can we say? Anne Hathaway's character turns out to be I think it's a very late
for the whole movie. I was counting,
and there was only 7.
There's only 7.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the 8th?
8?
Yeah, where's the 8th? And it turns out, but she joins much later, right? Like she wasn't in on it from the start.
But yeah, true. But do you know when they plan it at the start, and then Kate Blanchett's like, we're going to need like 20 people to do this, and then she's like, no, we need 6. I thought that meant 6 excluding them 2. So then they would get to
be
8. But they only recruit 5.
Yeah.
And then they recruit Anne Hathaway like later.
Maybe she included Kate Blanchett in that.
Okay, she included Kate Blanchett in that. Yeah. Like, I couldn't get over that. I'm like, you said 6, but you only recruited 5. It's also called Ocean's 8 and there's only 7 of you.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't really see that twist coming. I think it took me by surprise. Anne Hathaway being a part of it.
But, well, by that stage, they hadn't introduced another character. And I was counting 2. So I was like, there's only 7 of them. And it's called 8. So it's like, it started to narrow down the number of characters it could be. And it had to be Anne Hathaway in the end. Because it was going to be a female character. Because there's actually a line where she's like, they want to recruit some guy, and she's like, no, we don't need a he, we need a her.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 were just old guys. Anne Hathaway is actually really funny in this movie.
Especially at the end.
Yeah, when she comes back at the end and joins the group,
I just wanted to like hang out with people because I'm lonely.
It's like, I don't have a lot of girlfriends, so I thought I might join in on this.
So you want to become a criminal because you're lonely.
Yeah.
And they're just like, are you an only child?
Yeah. She's really funny. She's like over the top as well, but she's funny.
I thought she'd be like a bad guy. I thought she'd be like Andy Garcia, but she wasn't. Yeah.
So the Andy Garcia character's kind of not in this. I guess,
not really. There isn't really a villain because the guy so Sandra Bullock's ex who can like frames her, and then she ends up in jail. So she does this whole thing, how it's very similar to Ocean's 11. So how George Clooney was doing this heist, but it wasn't just for the money. It was also because he wanted to get Julia Roberts back.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, she's doing the heist, but she also wants to get her ex in jail.
Into jail. So it's like a bit of a swap. It's similar to the Ocean's 11.
And there's also a scene, in Ocean's 11 when Brad Pitt finds out that Julia Roberts is... I
was going to say, that scene is exactly the
same. And then
there's
almost exactly the same scene with Kate Blanchett when she finds out that her ex is part of this whole plan. Yeah.
When I watched it, I'm like, this is way too obvious, guys. You should have tried to hide this. This is the most obvious copy of that scene. The 2 moments that were the most obvious was the first scene in jail, then that scene.
And that scene, yeah.
And it was very obvious that they just took that straight out of Ocean's 11.
I guess they wanted to make it look like it's in the same universe, but there's other ways you could do it.
Do you think George Clooney was going to show up?
I thought he would.
I thought George...
And I'm not convinced that he's dead.
Oh, but she's convinced that he's dead, the whole time. We've got a couple of Ocean's 11 cameos as well.
So basically, in this movie, Danny Ocean is dead. And the first thing that Debbie Ocean does after she gets out of jail is go to his...
Right.
And then she sees...
I don't know. He's the guy that funds the first Ocean's 11.
Yeah, so he happens to be there.
Yeah, he's the guy that owns the casino that Andy Garcia buys and shuts down. He's also Ross and Rachel's dad in Friends.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he is.
He looks different in that.
Well, he's like 20 years older, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's the first cameo, which happens in like the first scene. And then the other one is little Asian maestro.
Yeah, what's the
like, where the fuck you been?
Yeah. It's like the only thing he says. He doesn't say anything in this movie either.
He doesn't say anything, no.
Those were the 2 cameos. I thought, I heard Matt Damon actually shot for this movie, but maybe it didn't end up in the...
I thought maybe Matt Damon or Brad Pitt would show up. I was hoping that...
Or like George Clooney at the end. But yeah, maybe for the sequel, they'll reveal that he's not actually dead.
Yeah,
and he's
maybe
back.
they George Clooney and Sandra Bullock get together and they like form a team of the best people from both teams, and then they do a heist again. I would watch that. That would be good.
Yeah, I'd watch that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely get some of these people in it because they're funny.
Yeah. Any other spoilers? We can talk about all the cameos.
Yeah. Who'd you spot? There's like so many,
there was...
because it's in the Met Gala, which I think they actually filmed this while the Met Gala was happening.
Oh, okay.
Not like while it was happening.
I like that joke how she's like, oh, it's the Met Gala.
Met Gala.
It's a gala.
Yeah. Who'd you see?
So the obvious ones are like Serena Williams. I saw Maria Sharapova.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes. She was on their table.
On the table with them.
Who else?
You see all the Kardashians.
I thought that there was. I can't tell the difference between them.
So you got Kim. And
I
Kylie.
saw Kim. Yeah.
You got Kylie and Kendall as well. I think you definitely saw those three. Olivia Munn. She was in that scene with Sharapova. Heidi Klum.
Okay.
She's the chick in the red dress that Sandra Bullock bumps into.
Oh, and she speaks her in German?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heidi Klum.
Did you know that Sandra Bullock grew up in Germany? That's why she knows how to speak German?
German so well.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty funny when she's talking German to those security officers.
Yeah, she's like, my husband put his slippers in the freezer.
Yeah.
Like,
my husband gets confused so easily. He puts his slippers in the freezer. That was pretty funny. Anyone else you see?
Who was that guy that was interviewing? He's in something.
Oh, the interviewer. Ryan Seacrest? Was Ryan Seacrest?
No. And they were interviewing this other guy, this tall African American guy. Do you remember?
With Sharapova and...
No, it was before that.
Oh, no, that's I know who this guy is. He's in Suicide Squad, actually. He's a rapper. He's got a shit name. He's in Suicide Squad for about 2 minutes, so this might be a bit...
He's already in it longer than that guy who's meant to be in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Alright, I got it. He's Common. His name's Common.
Common?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a rapper.
Well, he's in it for a little bit.
They interview him for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. There's some Victoria's Secret models that I don't know what their names are, but did it when Anne Hathaway goes into the bathroom to vomit?
Yeah.
They're in there. Oh, no, not when she goes to vomit. When the chick goes to close all the doors beforehand.
Yeah, she's in there. Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, they're mainly like female models.
Pretty much.
Up. Not many other people.
What did you think of at the very end when they revealed that they've stolen all the diamonds or all the jewels? I thought
that was better than just stealing that necklace.
Because I thought, that's not even worth it. And they already give away
one. They already sold it.
How did they, how the part where they said they copied every single one? Like, how they have that machine that can, it uses glasses.
Everyone else would know about that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so it uses these special glasses that scans jewelry, and then the machine can copy what the jewelry looks like using glass or something, or like some sort of material. So, yeah, and then at the end it's revealed that they copy like they have like a museum full of jewels, and they copied all of them.
Yeah. So
when did they do that?
I think that
was it all during that heist?
I think that was Sarah Paulson's character. That was because she's working for the Met Gala. I think she copied all of them
during
during the heist.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she had the glasses and she scanned.
She copied everything.
Yeah.
But the thing that surprises me is when everyone's like surprised at the end that they stole it. Surely everyone would know.
I thought, Sarah Paulson's character
definitely know.
Yeah.
Because Mindy Kaling's character puts the...
she should know. She should know. Because she's the one that checks them and everything.
Yeah. Sarah Paulson's character should know.
Yeah. The only one that should be surprised is, I guess, Anne Hathaway's character.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway. I guess Rihanna should know as well, because she's looking at all the cameras.
Yeah, she should know, unless she was already left.
Yeah.
The van. And
the chick that stole it wouldn't know.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward Freya. So the heist was not that great.
It feels like everything just went to plan.
Everything went to plan.
Like there was nothing that went wrong. Like they planned it perfectly.
Yeah. Which I guess it's all right because Sandra Bullock said she planned it for 5 years.
Yeah.
And she made sure that everything would go exactly to plan. But it's just, there's not that many, like, cool parts that happen. It's kind of just like, oh, they change the camera so there's a blind spot. And then they just steal it off her when she's throwing up. And that's about it.
So, you know how she says she doesn't throw up unless, even when she's like really drunk?
Yeah.
Did she actually throw up for this?
What do you mean?
Like, she was actually throwing up?
Yeah, she was. Because they put that shit in her food.
Ah, so she knew it was something, like, crazy that makes you vomit.
Yeah.
But
I think she was in on it before that. Was she in on it before?
No, I think it was after that.
Oh, after the garden.
I think it's after that.
But yeah, in terms of the heist, in Ocean's 11, it's kind of like confusing as to how they pulled it off until the very end. But you can see this. You can see it happening. Yeah.
Apart from the fact that they did all the they stole all the other jewels as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even if you stopped halfway through this movie, there's no real surprises. In terms of, they go through the heist plan, like, at the very start. And if you stop halfway through the movie, you would still know how the heist gets pulled off. There's no surprises with the heist.
But there's some comedy after the heist with James Corden.
James Corden's comedy is pretty funny when he comes in as the insurance evaluator. Yeah.
The funniest part was when he's like, what's your name? Like he's like, Monsieur?
Yeah.
He's like, Monsieur? And then he says something and it's like, okay.
He's basically just James Corden, and he's just come on set and just done whatever he wanted.
Just like, just do whatever.
Yeah, just do whatever you want.
We'll just film you.
And then he's like, yeah, sure. There's also this one really funny part. When he's at Richard Armitage's house.
Oh yeah, it's like, you got two of these.
Why would a man who has everything want to steal a diamond necklace? You have two of these.
And then he's like trees.
Like 2 trees.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like artsy.
Yeah, it's like sculptures that look like trees. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I think he ad-libbed most of his stuff. Or at least I hope he did.
But yeah, overall, I had a good time.
Yeah, I had an okay time. I probably wouldn't watch it again.
Okay, I might have to watch it again because my wife will probably want to watch it.
The girls would really enjoy it, though, I'd reckon.
I reckon.
Yeah. The other thing I kind of did like is at the end when they go into everyone's future and they show how they spent the money. It's a bit like forced and unnecessary.
I thought it ties things up. Yeah. I don't know what Kate Blanchett... Did she just buy a motorbike and just drive around on a motorbike?
Just driving around, yeah.
Yeah. Because, so Mindy Kaling's character, she goes to Paris with that guy from Tinder.
Oh, is that the guy from Tinder?
Yeah, that's the guy from Tinder.
Good pickup. I didn't see that. The Asian chick bought a house? Or like a...
She bought some flat or something. Yeah. Well, anyway, so Mindy Kaling and the pickpocket.
Yeah.
It's just this really short scene.
It's a random scene.
It's completely random. Yeah. They're just looking at Tinder and she's like...
The Asian chick's teaching her how to use Tinder. But that's like classic Ocean's 11. Just a random scene that has nothing to do with it, and you cut to the middle of the scene as well. Like, you swipe left and that happens, and you swipe right. Yeah, that was a good scene. That was a good pickup as well. I didn't realize it was the guy from Tinder.
I'm pretty sure it's the guy from Tinder. Anne Hathaway's character becomes a director.
Yeah, she becomes a director. Helena Bonham Carter's character is not going to jail, and she restarts her...
She opens a store or something.
Yeah, she restarts her store.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the movie where they're like, would that actually happen? Like, why would Anne Hathaway's character want her as a designer just because she took a photo with someone else?
Yeah, Dakota Fanning's Dakota Fanning.
That's another cameo.
Yeah, it's stupid. And why would a fashion designer that probably hasn't done anything illegal ever in her life be okay with doing such a massive heist?
Yeah, well, apparently she has massive tax debt or something.
She has money problems, but would you...
And she was going to go to jail.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah. I think she was about to go to jail, so she needed money.
She was a good character, though. I enjoyed her.
Yeah, she's
always
pretty funny.
Over the top, but it was over the top in this in like a good way.
I like the scene where she's scanning the necklace.
Yeah.
They're like 50 levels below ground or something, and the scanner wasn't working. It's just like, I need to see it in light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sunlight in natural light.
Yeah. Mindy Kaling's funny in that scene as well.
Yeah, and when she starts speaking French and she's like, oui.
Yeah, so she opens her own store. What's Rihanna do?
She opens some place where you can play pool.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She goes to some place and just plays pool.
Yeah.
Like, Rihanna, you could have done that beforehand. Oh, so she owns that.
I think she owns that place because it's called Nine Ball.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
which is her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough, Rihanna. Kate Blanchett, just drives around on her
Motorbike, which she already had, so I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah, I don't think she's used the money well. Yeah. And Sandra Bullock just drinks in front of her brother's grave.
I was expecting George Clooney to come up from...
I thought he would come up and like open the doors behind, and it looked like it was open for him to come in. Maybe they were like shot that scene and they're like, maybe he will come. They like called him and he's like, I'll try and make it down.
Yeah.
Like, we'll shoot it.
But it was just rowing his boat on Lake Como, so it's like, nah, not today.
I think that's all of them.
It's easier to count.
Smaller because there's not like 11 characters.
Yeah, it's easier to count with just 8. Yeah. And you can actually name every single one.
Yeah, you remember all of them.
Yeah.
None of them have dodgy British accents though, like dodgy.
that's There's a dodgy-ish Australian accent.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near Don Cheadle's British accent.
Yeah,
that is next level. And I also like the starting scene, which I do want to try at some stage, when Sandra Bullock's character goes to that expensive like makeup store.
Oh yeah.
Picks up random shit and then goes to the counter and tries
to return it.
And then they're like, you can't return it. And she's like, fine, then I'll take them home. And
yeah.
She just takes
she's like, do you have the receipt? And it's like, no, I just bought them 2 days ago. And she's like, oh, you know what? I'll just keep them. And she gets a bag as well.
Yeah. Do you reckon that would work?
And she does the hotel thing as well. How she hears people just checking out and then she calls back in saying that they're stuck at the airport and they're going to check back in. And
would either of those work?
Nah.
No.
Definitely not. Not after this movie, anyway.
Yeah. Would they have worked before this movie? I feel like
the hotel one probably not.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a stupid enough shopkeeper, you could get away with that.
And it would have to be like, you wouldn't be able to go to like a high-end store and do it.
Yeah.
It would have to be like a dodgy...
I reckon you could get away with that Kmart.
At Kmart? But they have the beepers, don't they?
It depends what you're stealing.
Yeah.
If it's just like a chocolate bar or something.
Yeah. Kmart's like American Walmart.
But David Jones or Myer or something would be hard because they all have scanners and stuff.
The store that she went
it looks pretty high
high-end.
end because you're stealing perfume and like cosmetics and stuff. So
yeah, I feel like it wouldn't work. Although we'll probably have to try it.
We're going to try it this week. And if you don't have a podcast from us next week, you know why.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's probably all I have to talk about Ocean's 8.
Yeah. But
I definitely don't regret watching it.
I don't regret it. I recommend it.
Still haven't done a really bad movie.
Nah. And turns out Jurassic World isn't as bad as you were saying it is.
Nah. Well, the first wave of reviews apparently said it was really bad, but apparently it's a good time now. So, yeah.
Well, we'll say whether it's a good time or a bad time when we watch it.
So next week's Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
And then the week after is Jurassic World. So we've got a full lineup.
Yeah.
You'll be back remotely dialing in again.
Yeah.
But we've got a special guest next week who is he's actually a really big... If we ever do an episode of Game of Thrones, I'll probably have to sit that one out because I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
He'd be a good special guest, but he's also a good fan of The Incredibles.
He probably likes it more than both of us like it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so we'll get him in to be a guest on our next show. You'll find out who it is. He's world famous.
Yeah.
He will be after this episode.
Especially.
Yeah. And we've got some more guests lined up, so you don't just have to listen to us two talking all the time. So I guess we'll wrap it up. You can tell everyone how to contact us.
Yeah, so we got the email, cognitiverecalibrationpodcast@gmail.com, Twitter at CURecalibration, Instagram, it's just Cognitive Recalibration, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and Facebook, just Cognitive Recalibration. And we're on iHeartRadio now.
We are now on iHeartRadio, so they've...
Not that I've ever used it, but...
Yeah, I think some people use it. It's data free on some networks, so maybe some people use it.
And not on Spotify yet.
Not on... Still waiting for approval for Spotify. Maybe they think we're dodgy or something.
Yeah, we are a bit.
But we got past iHeartRadio, so...
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this podcast probably came out pretty soon after the other one.
Yeah, so we ran late on the previous one because we're trying to watch 2 movies.
Yeah, so when we're recording this podcast, the other one's still not out.
Yeah, I'm still editing it, but that'll be out. You would have probably seen that already. and this will be out after that.
Yeah, sometime soon after that.
So if you want to hear our thoughts on Incredibles 1 or Ocean's 11, check out that one. That's it for the week.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
We'll catch up next week with you guys with Incredibles 2.
See you later.
See ya.